Tonight we report on a shooting late Monday night in Ephrata, and the Quincy School District is investigating an alleged assault of an elementary school student. What's happening in sports, Bob?
Thanks, Alan. Gonzaga men crushed Texas Southern, and a tentative date has been set for the World Cup in Qatar. Let's take a glance at our Weather Center forecast and see what Mother Nature has in store for the basin.
Hello everyone, I'm Chaslyn Rodriguez. A stronger system will approach our area from the Pacific, but how will it impact our Columbia Basin? I'll have all the details for you in just a bit.
I'm Alan Troop, and we have all this and much more on Ifiber One News.
From the Ifiber One HD studio here in the heart of the Columbia Basin, this is Ifiber One News, your #1 source for local news, sports headlines, and our very own Weather Center forecast covering the entire Columbia Basin. This is Ifiber One News, and it starts now.
An Ephrata man was shot at least twice and a Soap Lake man arrested after an argument late Monday night in Ephrata. Police found the 22-year-old victim on F Street Southeast with at least 2 gunshot wounds to the torso. He was reportedly conscious and alert and was taken to Columbia Basin Hospital. Police initially responded to a residence on G Street Southeast for a report of shots fired. Police found 22-year-old Rodney Schaller armed, and he allegedly told police he was involved in a fight with the victim and shot him in self-defense. The victim reportedly drew a knife during the fight, according to Police Chief Mike Warren. Schaller was arrested for assault in the first degree. The investigation continues, and anyone with information is asked to contact Ephrata Police at 509-754-2491, MAC Dispatch at 509-762-1160, or send information to crimetips@ephrata.org. The Central Basin Traffic Safety Task Force honored local law enforcement for their work to keep impaired drivers off the road. Reporter Joe Utter has the details.
Members of law enforcement were honored this week for their dedication to keeping impaired drivers off the road in 2014. The 24th annual Night of 1,000 Stars was held in Moses Lake to recognize Grant and Adams County law enforcement officers for DUI arrests, underage drinking enforcement, youth education and impaired driving prevention, and community partnership. The Night of 1,000 Stars is a statewide campaign dedicated to all the fallen officers from the state who died in the line of duty, as well as officers who continue to protect and serve. The stars symbolize the badge worn by officers working to prevent impaired driving. Sergeant Josh Sainsbury said the hard work is paying off.
It's good. It's helped keep the roads safe. Our job's to prevent deaths, especially kids. We don't like going to those. We don't like seeing those. And I think it's getting to be a safer place around here. So I appreciate all the work you guys do, and the chiefs and the sheriffs for allowing all the guys to go out and do these emphases.
Extra DUI patrols are in effect until January 1st in Grant County. This is Joe Utter for Ifiber One News.
A 62-year-old Ephrata man died Tuesday morning after he was struck by a car on Basin Street in Ephrata. According to the Washington State Patrol, the man, reportedly wearing dark clothing, was not using a crosswalk when he attempted to cross Basin Street near 13th Avenue Southwest. He was struck by a 2005 Chevrolet Impala driven by a 17-year-old Ephrata girl. Ephrata police performed CPR before EMS arrived. The man was taken to Columbia Basin Hospital, where he died a short time later. The collision is still under investigation, and the man's name has not been released. Basin Street was closed for several hours, and traffic was diverted along C Street Southwest. The Quincy School District is investigating an alleged assault of Monument Elementary School student. The student's mother met with Ifiber One News and tells us what happened.
An 11-year-old girl was allegedly dragged to the front of her 6th grade Quincy class by students at the direction of a substitute teacher. The girl's mother, Olga Mointano, said her daughter was dragged on the floor by 4 students, run into desks, and was hit and kicked by other students on December 12th at Monument Elementary School. She claims it was at the direction of substitute teacher Ken Lacey.
She was asked by the teacher to go up front in the class, to do I don't know, to say or do something. She refused to go up because she told him that she was embarrassed. And he responded to her, "I'll show you what's embarrassed." So he asked 4 kids. He asked 4 kids to grab her and drag her to the front of the class. And so they did. While she was being dragged, more kids joined in. More kids joined in. And she was being slapped, kicked, punched in the face. And they were throwing balls at her.
School officials are investigating the attack and have met with Quincy Police and Mointano.
This morning I went to the school. I talked to the principal. She says she feels sorry for what happened. She showed me the video, and it's more than 4 kids. It's a lot of kids.
Quincy School District Superintendent John Boyd said the teacher resigned on Monday. Police officers interviewed the student on Monday night. Police Chief Bob Heimbeck said it is under investigation and declined to discuss the case. This is Joe Utter for Ifiber One News.
And now we take a look at people being sought by law enforcement.
This is Sheriff Tom Jones with the Grant County Sheriff's Office. Each of the people you see here have a warrant for their arrest. If you see any of these people, we ask you do not attempt to detain or apprehend them, but call us at 509-762-1160 or send us an email at primetips@co.grant.wa.us. If the person is presenting a danger, call 911. With your help, we can bring these people to justice and make our community safer.
And we'll be right back after a short break.